Hey guys, welcome to the iOS and Android community games. Last week we had the PC players. Today they'll have to sit out and take the bench. My name is Peter Canfit Huntley. I'm joined by the community manager from Gameloft, Radu. Radu, how's it going?
Hi there guys, this is Radu, the community manager from Modern Combat 5, and I'm ready to get some games on with you. If you haven't noticed, we have on YouTube Soldier Girl and Dwayne joining us as well, so should be fun.
Alright.
Let's start with the warm-up roll. Let's go like free-for-all, and we'll go from there. Yeah, just to get everyone going.
Alright guys, we'll just take a tiny break. We'll get that set up and we'll be right back. Apologies guys, I thought we had the technical issue sorted out, but it appears not to be the case. With my apologies, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm going to do a quick restart on all our technical bits and pieces over here, and then we should be good to go for the rest of the tournament. Please do stay tuned. We shouldn't be more than a couple of minutes before we're back with you guys.
In the meanwhile, you can still contact us on chat and and ask all your questions if you have any.
Sure. Alright guys, we'll be back as soon as we can. Hi guys, sorry for the delay there, having a bit of problems with our broadcasting equipment over here. So we've had to go to some backup bits and pieces. So, as you may notice in the game itself, unfortunately we won't be able to bring you any game sounds, but we'll do our best to communicate what's going on. As you can see already, we've got a couple of you guys in here, including, of course, Radu from Gameloft. But Shah FaZe was evidently so on the ball, even without being told the passkey. They knew deep inside that the passkey would be ESL123, just as it is on screen. So hey, come and compete against Radu and against Shah/FaZe Incorporated. Still loads of places on this first game of the day. It will be Rush on the Museum. Alright, what are you guys saying? Okay, still getting a few of you in. Oh, Radu, there's a question for you, which you may not know the answer to because it's quite specific. But the squad's notifications disabling option was removed in the new update.
I have answered that one.
Oh, you've answered it already? Okay, good.
Yeah, so for anybody wondering, it's... Am I being heard?
Oh, sorry, you started talking and then you stopped.
Yeah, just asking if they can hear me, so...
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. So, regarding the notifications option, it will be reintroduced and improved in the next update.
Okay, great. Loke Gaming, I saw you asking the same question you asked before about the ping display at the end of the game. If I remember correctly, Ridu, you said it seemed like an interesting idea, but there's no current plans. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, it's something the developers are considering, but not for the upcoming update. But it may go into development.
Alright, we've nearly got enough guys for our first game of the day. Again, because of a couple of technical issues we're having on the broadcast end of things, we'll have to make do with just the sound of our delightful voices. There won't be any game sound, we'll just leave the music on so there's something to listen to during the game itself. But do not be alarmed if the bangs and kabooms you're expecting to hear are not present for today's, at least first half of the broadcast. Hopefully we'll get it all sorted out for the Android portion of the broadcast, which will take place in about an hour's time.
Okay guys, so let's get one more.
Oh, there we go. Mr. Future. Sorted.
Welcome.
Alright, Radu, I think you are in charge of the lobby, so let's get started for our first game of the day. So if you guys who are just tuning in, we'll be having iOS games for the next hour or so, since we started a little bit late today, and then we'll be switching across to Android for a second hour of pure community games. That's right, no tournament today, just all the community games that you can handle, and possibly a little bit more. Alright, we're into things. Hey to you guys across on the Mob Crush platform. Nice to see you, Anup. Nice to see you, MC5 Gamer Pro. Hope you'll enjoy the things. We will be starting off on Rush, so we'll get a chance to see. We'll follow Radu for a little bit and see what the Gameloft rep of the day will be able to do with this elimination style mode. For any of you guys who aren't familiar with Rush, this, as I've just said, you only get 1 life per round, and you will accrue points which you can use to spend on upgrades. The more rounds you survive, the longer you hold on to those upgrades, and if you win, it means it's that much easier to keep on winning. We'll see if the blue team or the red team manage it up. So far, it's 1 kill apiece.
Okay guys, I'm going for the relay. Sidus is doing quite a good job covering my head.
MC5 Gamer Pro, I think there might still be room in the game. So ESL 123 will be the passkey which you can use to get in. If there is still any room. If not, then we'll make a new lobby for the next game. So yeah, please do come and join.
Get a bit on the action though, since if you just watch me capturing a relay, it's not so entertaining.
That's true. Alright, Randy's getting stuck in. We'll get a kill. Not too shabby. Which will mean it's a one-on-one. Let's go and look from the other side of things. It's going to be ASO, who's going to be stalking each other 1v1. Will either of them go for that intel? You can see that little briefcase on the map there. That's some extra intel, some extra points they can use to spend on upgrades. But so far, these guys not too near each other, but they may be about to clash. Notice that the blue team has got control of the relay, as you can see in the center of the map, which means when the time runs out, the blue team will win by default, unless ASO from the red team is able to find Radu and put him in the ground before that happens. Alright, there's the clash, and Radu is gonna do it. Trello Pass 07. If you can't join the game, that's probably because it's full, and looking at the scoreboard, it is at the 12-player limit, but we will be doing new lobbies every single round, so if you get that ESL 1, 2, 3 ready for between games, then try and get in on the next one. Alright, let's hop around a bit and see what we can see. If we can find people with pronounceable names. We are seeing an exchange of kills and close range fighting between these two sides. And some pretty brutal deaths so far. You can see Radu managing to salvage that first round for the blue team. Now is going to be trying to avoid falling prey to them. Mr. Future's going to be able to take a kill off screen. We'll see if we can find him. There he is. 3 and 1 so far. Going to be able to make good use of those pistols as well. MC5 Gamer Pro, if you're missing any credits, please do contact that email address at the top right hand corner of the screen, moderncombatcommunity@gmail.com. That will get you sorted out as far as that's concerned. And that will be a direct contact through to Game Loft, so it should hopefully get you sorted out a lot quicker than you would have perhaps been otherwise. Look Gaming has another question for you, Radu. Do you belong to any particular squad in Modern Combat 5, and how much do you end up playing Modern Combat 5 for the purposes of testing or just pure gaming?
Well, we do have a squad, but it's mainly with the devs and stuff, so I don't play with the community on my normal account, but yeah, I play weekly, mostly in the weekends, and otherwise daily for tests and stuff, so I hope that answers your question.
Alright, there's one last remaining member whose name we won't show on stream because it's a little bit rude. So we'll follow Redo for a little while. As the time is going to run out, and on this rush mode, because neither of the teams have control of that relay point, the timer running out means that both these guys will have to kill one another or capture that relay to end this round. Blue team are up by a single point. They will need to win twice more to take this first game. Let's have a look through while we're waiting for these guys to find each other. Nothing too new as of yet. Look Gaming, I've been mostly reading the YouTube comments, to be honest. Maury, we will get giveaways sorted out during the course of the day. It's going to run a little bit differently. Oh, nice! Radu went for the gold.
I almost said his name.
Yes. It's worth noting that if you try and capture that relay, a notification will be sent to the opposing team, making it a very dangerous proposition indeed. Ryuga Gaming says, has concerns about the Ver power. What's your kind of guys' position on the Ver power at the moment? I think you were saying that...
well, we have recently nerfed it, so we actually think it's a bit underpowered actually at the moment, or well, it's close to what we would expect from it.
So would people be expecting to see some buffs coming, some small buffs coming the Ver power's way in the future?
Yeah, it's very possible, yeah.
That seems reasonable. All right. Blue team up 3 members to 2. 1 game apiece. 1 minute left on the cloak. Loke Gaming want me to read my Discord messages. I don't really have time to read Discord as well as all the other chats. It's probably best if you send messages through the YouTube channel, which will be... I'll do my best to keep up with them as best as I can. Less than 1 minute. And it's no members remaining for the red team. Now it's going to be just a single game separating the red team from taking this first one. I do believe there will be small prizes. Ready? Are we doing that this week in terms of the teams that win on stream will get a small 200 credit prizes for winning?
Yeah, it's just you're gonna have to help me a bit with getting their dog tags. So try to get the last 2 members.
Okay. Yes, so if you guys stay in lobby after game, I mean, obviously the people who are playing right now won't be listening to us, but if you're in any future community games, if you stay in the post-game lobby for as long as you can, that will increase your chances of getting your credits as soon as possible, because we won't have to chase you around and find your dog tag. Blue team making a pretty good comeback, but Mr. Future is going to be able to take some of the wind out of their sails. It is going to be a 2-on-1 situation with an R, with the Dreadeye trying to take some shelter, recover some of those hit points, but the red team closing in from either side. It's going to be shot through. A gut shot takes out the first member of the red team. Now it's down to a one-on-one with just a minute left in play. Neither side have tried to capture the relay, but they are just about to clash. Who's going to see the other one first? Let's switch across the other view. FaZe with a very short-range weaponry going up against the extreme long-range power of the Dreadeye. These guys can't see each other. They don't realize they are right next to each other. FaZe going up the stairs. Weird, I think, just about to come across and find his opponent. No, doesn't actually see them there, I think. And spotted them copping around the corner, but a well-placed column stopped them from getting any further. Let's have a look.
He went for the capture just as I did, so let's see if he does better.
It's up to 54, 56, 60. It's actually been captured very quickly. Will it be the blue team member able to get back into position in time? As soon as that ticks through, the time is almost running out. Blue team member coming in from the side. If they can get the kill, it won't matter either way. Short range, but no, FaZe lands the shot. Not only gets the relay, but secures the game for the red team. And hopefully these guys,
good job, guys
will stay in lobby. Stay in lobby long enough for us to actually find them. Okay. Let's see about getting some dog tags from you guys. So, BFLB58 FC for Yomi G. To a 1E7B. And okay.
The third member from the team, your profile is private, so I can't get your dog tag. So if you do something about that.
I don't know if I can get hold of Amakei's dog tag. I've managed to get 2 of them. But I don't know if I can...
I got the rest except for the third one, which, as I said, had a private profile.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll just drop out to and make a new lobby so we can get the people who want to get in. Alright, let's have a look and see if...
I'm going to make a free-for-all now on streets, so it's
okay,
something
great.
that should be familiar for absolutely everyone and should have more members joining in. So.
Okay. Swineball Twitch. I'm the only viewer. How much did MC5 cost? I'm not sure. If you're asking how much it costs to play, then it's a free-to-play title. If you're asking for the development costs, then I'm not sure anyone's going to know that offhand. Oh, Mohammed Anwar Raza has a question. He's asking if there's a core which could be used to prevent your weapons being picked up by other people.
Yeah, I'm reading that just right now. So basically, you are asking for a core that makes the function of prestige weapons on all weapons, basically. Or
I think that's what he's saying. Yes. To stop, he was saying specifically to stop the recons picking up their weapons.
It can be an interesting idea, but I think it defeats the point a bit for the. I mean, the helmet bonus is already there to be able to pick up. If you would make a core like that, then it would negate that helmet bonus. So I don't know how that will work. But I will present it to the devs and I'll let you know.
Can't say fairer than that. The Load Gaming had the thought that you could reduce the damage recon players get when they're using assault weapons.
But assault in general has more damage. I mean, they have perks for damage. So aside from when recon is shooting from behind, assault has a definite advantage both from perks like passive perks as well as active perks. So.
Well, that's a good point.
I'm just wondering how. I mean, if you reduce the recon's damage even further, and then it's. I don't know. And I don't think it's effective enough, to be honest.
Oh, you might need to quickly join the game before we run out of space. If you're intending to, that is.
Yeah, sorry, it's a bit hard for me to to focus on answers and
No,
focus
it's
on the game.
okay.
So let's go.
Alright, Soldier Girl, unfortunately, will have to sit on the bench for this one, but if anyone leaves, then you'll be able to join in. Yes, do CBS. Oh, Shield HD. Radu, are you originally from Romania?
Yes, and I am also living in Romania here at the Game Lab studio where MC5 is being produced.
Hey, that's pretty neat. Alright.
Why, is there anyone from around here?
It's Shield HD asked the question. I'm not sure if where he's from. A question from the Mob Crush from Alarup. Have there been any thoughts about increasing the damage of the support class?
We're still looking into that. I mean, it's the idea is not to make all classes deal the same damage. Yeah, assault, being called assault, is basically the most offensive class, while the others have different things like speed or defense or utility. You know, so you definitely have to take those things into account.
Oh yes, Shield HD is actually from Romania, so hey, that's pretty neat. Alright, we'll spend a little bit of time. Maybe we shouldn't actually, with Radu, not having the best of games so far.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for me to think, and
yes, asking you to do an AMA at the same time as playing a free-for-all is a little bit unfair, but hey. Let's see. What else are people saying? Oh, Luke Koshi, there will be Android will be a little bit later on, so we got started about past today. So at about past, so another another 15 minutes or so, we'll be doing the Android portion of today's broadcast, which will be another hour of community games exclusively on the Android platform. Last time around it was Android and PC, so hopefully, I'm assuming that you're an Android player, that you'll get to show off your skills live on stream. People having some pretty good discussions about which classes they consider overpowered and underpowered. Let's see. Let's go through and seeing what people's questions and thoughts are. Nothing too crazy as of yet, but I'll keep an eye. Oh, here's one from Loke again. Man, Loke has a lot of thoughts about these games. He's had a question about adding the ethereal core to every class and not to the recon only. Any thoughts on that particular one? Oh, Ready? Are you still there?
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's
I was
alright.
talking, but I didn't have my voice on. Yes, I was saying which part of the ethereal core? I mean, because it can be equipped, but the map invisibility, so to speak, is only valid for recon.
Oh yes, I presume that's what they mean.
But that's what's sort of defining for recon, and it's quite annoying for everyone. I mean, if you get that, then recon is not so strong in that aspect. And I mean, some people are saying nerf the recon damage, and then you take away their unique things, and then I guess you just don't want to see any recons in the game.
I get the impression that may be the end game here. Yes. Hey there, Frog Junkie. You're the boss of your own workplace, so you've decided to take a break and watch the Mortal Kombat 5? That's great. I think Anarup did ask about before, are there any plans for any sort of events which involve the Berserker Rage Core or anything along those lines? Oh, I think Radu might have forgotten to push the door again.
Oh yeah. So I was saying this question was raised on the forums as well, and we will be cycling the events again, and all the cores will be eventually available within them. So just look in the events tab in the following week or so, and you should find it there.
All right,
We're talking about milestone rewards, I assume.
I guess so. Oh, look, Gamey, you like a quack. Well, tell you what, Loke, if you can get into a game on stream and do well, I'll give you a quack. I have to make you work for these, man. These quacks don't come for free. Recons have an advantage only with turrets. This one I'm not so familiar with. Aetheum saying the Sapper has a 1 second reloading weapon.
Yeah, the stacker.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, I guess I assume that comment was just expressing a discontent with the stacker in general, I suppose. Oh, Maximed Ali, you skipped school to watch this. I would not condone that. I think I'd have to say, yes, I would very much recommend you go to school. As much as I appreciate your viewership, being in school, I would have to say it's probably more important. And you can always watch these on the video on demand afterwards.
Yeah, but you would miss the giveaway, so let's do a giveaway.
Alright, how are we going to do this one, Redeem?
First, we should have gotten the top players, but I guess... so the giveaway is going to be as such. Just go with the hashtag and what do you think is my favorite weapon, and let's say from the recon class, and the first one who gets it will get 500 credits. Alright,
so you heard it from Radu. Put in hashtag and then whichever weapon you think from the recon class is his favorite, whoever gets it first, which will be of course keeping our eye on the chat to see who can get it, will get those. How many credits are we giving away for this particular one?
500.
Oh boy, that's a good amount. Alright, so we'll keep an eye on the chat and see who's going to be the first people to pick up on that. I've got the answer from Radu already, so I know what to look for. Got a few answers already, but they're not the right ones, so it's hashtag and whichever weapon you think is Radu's favourite from the recon class. A lot of good guesses so far, but yet to be the right one.
It's funny that some people are saying weapons from other classes. I mean, I understand that's what you don't like about it, but...
Yes. Yes, Loke Gaming pointing out that it is in fact just the recon. Lots of people think it's Bosk, but unfortunately not correct so far. I'm honestly astonished that nobody's got this already. But so far, not seeing anyone getting it. Hashtag and the name of the weapon from the recon class. It's not Bosk, to give you guys a clue for all of the 15 or so people who said Bosk. But hey, I guess we'll just watch these guys play while we're waiting for that one to get sold out. 500 credits on the line.
By the way, I see Rayuga Gaming asking if we will host the next DSL tournaments with tier 6 weapons and no core class.
Oh yes.
I guess he's referring to armors with no cores. The invitational that will happen tomorrow is actually going to be tier 7 and just advanced armors for each class. So we're going to test it and see how it goes. So
oh, there you go, guys.
Watch, see how it goes, and expect the next series of tournaments to arrive with different rules.
Yes, I was going to say, me and Haxel were very interested to see what will come of all of these new options which are coming with the new custom game options. Oh man, people have still not guessed it? I find that baffling. Maybe people aren't going for it because it seems too obvious. But I think that people were expecting it to be a trick question of some kind. So we've still not gotten anyone who's guessed the correct weapon.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
Which recon weapon is Radu's favorite? Hashtag and then enter in that name of that recon weapon. For first one will get 500 credits, and somehow nobody's entered it in so far. People keep entering in the same thing over and over again. It's not like I am keeping a pretty close eye on the chat, so it's not like I've missed anybody saying it already. Literally nobody said it so far, unless I've completely missed it somehow, but I don't think I have.
So what are some other questions that you caught and it was a bit harder for me to answer while playing?
Let's see. I don't think it was too much because everyone's kind of just trying to do the competition stuff at the moment.
Do I see? No, actually, not all the weapons have been said.
No, it's man.
I see an answer. Yay! I think it's the first one, so I think Iniesta, right?
Oh, it's oh, there we go. Oh yes. So, are you seen the one from Luke? Which was the one you saw there, Redu?
Iniesta on YouTube, but yeah, it's a bit. It's.
Oh yes, that's
than,
one. Yes, that's right.
Luke.
Yes, it was a little
So congratulations, Iniesta. Please type in your dog tag and platform so we can send you.
All right.
No, it was Firecracker. That the correct answer was Firecracker.
Yes, which is honestly, I'm just so confused it took that long. All right, Iniesta, dog tag and platform, and we'll get those credits across to you. We're gonna note them down. Once that's all sorted out, we will be moving on to our next proper custom game. This is a game which is just running at the moment with all the people who didn't leave after the last one. Anurup dropping down those faces. Oh, also Anurup, the question you had about Loke becoming an ESL admin. Unfortunately, we don't have any influence over how ESL choose their admins whatsoever. But if it's been put in, that's all you really can do. Let's see. I'm hoping that Iniesta. I haven't seen Iniesta post since actually winning, so I'm hoping that they are actually still around. I'm just gonna put their name into the chat, just in case they don't see it otherwise. Oh, there you are. Oh, excellent. So we should be getting a dog tag and platform, and we'll also be seeing the end of this next free-for-all pretty soon. Alright, Radu, what are you feeling like for our, I guess, third proper game of the day?
Well, the third one will also be free-for-all on Vantage, and the top 3 players will get 500, 300 and 200 credits, so there will be some competition.
Wow, that's pretty intense. Alright, so we'll be tying this one up in just a few seconds. Looks we'll evidently get some favourites. Anar is going to be the #1 finisher, I think, from this game. Anurup, I'm just going to... As far as I could tell, I didn't see an entry from you saying... Yes, you did. Sorry, you did say Firecracker, but unfortunately you said it just after everybody else got it at the same time. So a bit of bad luck this time around. But hey, there'll be more credits to win over the course of the day. Hopefully, you'll be able to get in and do well in this upcoming free-for-all, which we'll be setting up in just a moment. Just a few seconds left, but it looks like Anar is going to be our #1 performer from that game, so they're going to have their best chances of winning those credits. Iniesta said okay, but still hasn't posted their dog tag and platform, so hopefully they'll do that shortly. But while that's going up, hopefully we'll have that new lobby up in just a second. As Redu said, 500 credits. Was it 500, 300, 200, or was it?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna get that ready. 500. 300.
Okay, it's the same password, by the way. So, and the game is already ready. So to answer your question, Low Gaming, Not exactly. So your question is, will there be any new cores added in the new update? So
Oh, just before
there might be, but they will be specific. It's I know this is not a very satisfying answer, but stay tuned and it will be more clear once we start unveiling some of the exciting new things coming in the update.
Ready, would you mind quickly remaking a lobby with a spectator slot?
Oh,
Happens all the time. But yes. So just to reiterate for you guys, it will be under the same passkey, but this free-for-all coming up will be for a prize of 500 credits for first place, 300 for second, and 200 for third. So bring your game face, because we've got some high-stakes free-for-all coming your way. Iniesta, hopefully, is going to post their dog tag and platform before too much longer. But we'll keep an eye out. Oh, there we go.
Next, Li is asking for if you do at least 30 to 5 on Android, can you get Invictus Camo? Well, if you die 5 times, then it means you aren't invincible. But aside from the the definition, the Invictus Camo is strictly reserved for finalists in the ESL tournament. So unless you win in ESL specifically, you shouldn't have access to those in any way.
Alright, so let's just refresh and hopefully we've got a free-for-all to attend. There we go. Excellent, let's join in. Nate said there was a question, asked a controversial question. I'm not actually even looking back, I can't actually see his question.
I see Nate Gaming asking, but this is not really a question. But
just find what they said.
So you have a question. Why is MC5 so pay to win? This is like an opinion, since you're not actually describing why you would think it's pay to win. But I personally don't think it's pay to win, to be honest. And I think one thing that could also prove, or where we showed that in a way, we had the Invitational recently, which you also commentated, Peter. And if you remember, we had some of the rounds with streamers using prestige weapons and pro players using tier 1s. And in quite a few of the matches, or in most of the matches, the pro players won with the tier 1. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, certainly, if you guys have specific concerns about what something in particular you think could be done differently, then this is your chance to get your voices heard the most direct way possible. I'm trying to make sure I keep up with everything. I'm just trying to remember, because the Android one's a little bit more intermittent. I think there are ESL Cups on Android, but do they award the Invictus Camo? I'm not sure that they do.
No, because there are no finals on Android, but we are definitely looking at that for the upcoming tournaments.
Alright guys, we've got 12 on each side, so I think we should be good to go. There we go.
Yeah, let's go.
So it's time for that big money free-for-all. Why is this live stream starting time? I'm not sure what you mean, Kill Now Please, over on Mob Crush. But hey, hopefully the stream is all working that side. If there's any issues on any of the platforms in terms of, if you want a volumes change or anything like that, if you just tune into the stream, for the first part, we're having some technical issues with our equipment here, so we won't be able to bring you the game sounds. But we'll just keep the music running during the courses, and hopefully you can still enjoy these free-for-alls, including this one, which is for a prize pool of 1,000 credits for the first 3 places here, with Radu being there to try and make sure that it's not too easy. First blood and second blood is going to go across 2 cards, so we'll keep our eyes on the top performing players in this particular game, as they'll be throwing everything at this free-for-all to get themselves some tasty credits. Ryuga Gaming, I appreciate your passion for how enthusiastic you are about the game. Certainly, if there's any changes coming up which you're concerned about, then again, this is the perfect venue to air any concerns you might have and have those directly addressed. Not everything's going to have a necessarily 100% answer to it, but at worst, it's going to be that Gameloft will be made a little bit more aware of it if they weren't already. Okay, Nate Gibson's, after his colourful language, had some suggestions. I've seen a couple of people mentioning this. It seems to be that there's a sentiment, at least for a few people, that the Paragon armor might be a little bit over the top. Is that at all on Gameloft's radar? Oh, I think Radu might be muted again. Hopefully, these.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
I will try to answer the question after the match.
Okay, that's right. Radu's given it everything to make sure he's actually being.
I'll try to get one more kill at least, and then I'll try to answer the questions. Otherwise, it's just I really can't play and talk at the same time.
Yes, it's a little bit unfortunate. Too much on Radu's plate, but I'll make a note of the questions actually, so we can have them ready for as and when the game is done. So hopefully things will come up which I've at least heard the answers to before, so I can... Oh, Iniesta. Let's see, did you actually ever come back? Oh, that's right, no, I did get your dog tagging platform. So Iniesta, our first... will have 500 credits being sent their way, usually in the next week or two. But yes, we've got your details.
Next week for sure.
Okay, next week. Yes, we've got your details. Your Android and your on the Android platform and your dog tag, so no worries in that regard. But let's go back to this free-for-all. Ransom is currently up at the top, 500 credits for the winner here. Let's see if we can find them before they get killed. I think they just did. The Mori's actually going to take the lead with a few, quite a lot less deaths, and up the top is going to get another kill for their troubles. But the top of the scoreboard is pretty crowded, with a lot of players having those double-digit kill scores so far, and 2 players just behind. Kill Amplers, if I broke my phone because of Modern Combat 5, will it be repaired? I don't even know how to answer that question. That's a very bizarre question. Okay, let's see. Alright, Ryuga Gaming, you have a question about the Paragon health. So I'll add that to the list of things to talk about afterwards. So because this is quite an intense match, I'm giving Radio a chance to at least try and compete in it. I think the Kurd has managed... Oh,
a very good job at it, but still trying.
Alright. Okay, I'm going to make sure I understand Loke Gaming's question as well. Alright, Loke, we had a question about VIP5. We'll have a look at that after the game. Oh, You Are Slow actually is taking a lead. Let's see if we can find them in here, because I think there's a lot of people with the very similar icons. There we are. 20 and 10 so far. So it's looking pretty good for the top of the scoreboard. You Are Slow. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that person's name. On and Kurd. All right up there. 500 credits for winner, 300 for second place, 200 for there. Legolas Gaming asking about aimbots. I do believe there's plans for having the elite presence of aimbots reduced in the upcoming patch, if I remember correctly from last week. Or at least managing to defeat them at least somewhat. And yes, so don't worry about hosting your dog tagging platform. We've got that through, so you'll get those 500 credits in the next week or so. Hey, Soldier Girl, nice to see you in the chat. We are coming to the final parts of this free-for-all with 2 players battling for that first place spot and those 500 credits. It's going to be a very, very close thing right up into the end. You Are Slow manages to find another kill, gets taken down in the process though. Let's put back to Kurt, since I've now figured out who is who on him. With a 2-to-1 ratio so far, just a few more kills. Oh, You Are Slow taking out Radu to get closer to that first place spot. 1 minute and a half left. 1 kill for You Are Slow to find. Will they find it before Kurd manages to catch up. Kurd's going to get one. There's just two more with a difference of 200 credits between. Kurd still looking for more. 20. You're slow. Gonna get caught with the grenade from the back. Gonna get taken down. Kurd is still up and standing. If they can find one more kill, they will be the winner. And I believe they just did. Kurd steals it away at the last second. Kurd, you are slow. And Ransom gonna be our first, second, and third place winners. So I believe Radu will take down the dog tags for those guys. And they'll be getting 500, 300 credits, and 200 credits respectively. Very well played to everybody. There's a load of people. There's 3 other players who are just behind.
The player on the third place, Ransom, I can't get his dog tag, so if he can contact us in the chat, or maybe remain in the game and kill me, so I can see his dog tag, or something of this sort.
Oh, that's a good idea. Alright, we'll just get that sorted out. Once we have, we'll go on to the... we'll go on to the questions. Okay, that's an interesting point, Nate. I'll put that in as one of the mini Q&As. I think, has Ransom joined again? No. Hi Ransom, if you do see this, hopefully you might have a... I don't know if you're... Well, presumably you're watching on stream. And you've got a name that relates to your in-game name in some fashion, so we actually know it's you. Because wouldn't be the first time people have tried to steal each other's credits on stream. So we want to make sure we're giving it to the right person. No, I think he might have left. That's a bit unfortunate.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, and unless he joins another game or something, it's gonna be kind of hard to do it.
Oh, hey, Tasty Pizza, nice to see ya.
Okay, so let's do another Q&A, and then we'll do one more game. So, Tasty Pizza, fix the battle squad errors. We're looking into it. And what were the other questions?
Okay, so this wasn't really a question. I guess it was more a request. The Nate wanted to. Okay, well, as I say, this didn't seem like a very likely request to happen, but I'll try and be as open with taking everybody's questions. That I guess, well, his request was to take Tier 8 and Tier 9 out of the game. But I don't think that's very likely. But I presume that maybe would be more constructively said as he feels that perhaps Tier 8 and Tier 9 are too strong at the moment.
We are looking into actually rebalancing the damage and the way the weapons work in the future patches as well. So I guess that difference shouldn't feel so big as you perceive it now, but the main point is obviously we will not take these weapons out of the game or classes or things like that. The game just needs to move forward. We're adapting it according to your feedback and so on, but obviously we're not going to take things out. I mean, weapons and suits and so on that players have earned, it's just wouldn't be fair, and it would be kind of weird.
Yes. Well, yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of how I figured, but hopefully I kind of got to the the question behind the question there. Let's see.
There's Aya asking, why is there a reflector color option on PC and not on Android? That's because some of the graphic engine options have not been enabled on Android, and we are still working with the latest one. I think it's called Titanium, and so we may add it in the near future if we are positive that it's stable.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Loke Gaming had a question about the rewards he was getting at VIP5 was also available at a boosted event. Does that ring a bell at all?
Well, I don't keep track of all boosted events rewards since these change quite often. But so what's the issue here is what that it's not something unique. I guess in the same way some people were complaining about the Paragon armor, which is
Hmm.
just slightly better than the tournament one. So the idea is to offer the option to earn things that are just as good or as good as what you would get even with or by paying.
Hmm. Uh, there was an interesting idea in here, which wasn't quite the question Nate asked, but I think it was kind of what he was getting at. Was he was saying that the variety of armor that people use in the game, he kind of misses having people like wearing more interesting armors like the werewolf and so on.
Yeah, I understand. This is actually, I mean, I will pass this to the devs and I guess we'll have a conversation and see if this is an interesting idea. But if you want, before we introduced the core system, we had the issue that you had the perks and basically you wouldn't be able to use your favorite armor because it was stuck to one armor. So now that we've taken the perks of the armors, you can still use them on your favorite armor. It's just a matter of core slots. So I'll bring it up though. It's a valid concern. So I don't have an answer for you yet for this one, but I will come back with one.
Has there ever been any talk of having it done in a kind of an MMO style system where you could set armor as your visual representation, but it wouldn't have a gameplay effect? You could have your kind of whatever armor you were using for a gameplay purposes, but then display as a werewolf. Well, I guess maybe that might be a little bit confusing in terms of what people would expect from the armors.
I guess well each armor has sorry. So each armor has their own damage reduction or let's say defense towards bullets and explosives. So making one armor look like another will be confusing in terms of related to that, to how much the person can take. But it's as I said, it's an interesting idea. But until I know what's the devs' view on this, I don't really or I can't really say if something will be done in that direction.
Well, I think that seems perfectly reasonable. Raccoon 12, you're having lag on Android. If you could post into the chat which particular phone it is you're using, that would probably help in terms of getting it passed across that your particular one is not performing the way it should. The Android tournament itself, or not tournament, but the Android community games will be coming up shortly, I believe, after this next game. I think I'm just checking we're up to date with what everyone's saying. Okay. Yeah, some people with requests to nerf the grinder, which is reasonable enough. I think that's at least the major stuff hit so far.
Okay, so let's have another game then.
Please do keep the questions coming in. We will be here for still a little while longer. Mick seems to have made another game by themselves, but wait for Radu to pick it up, so we've got the ability to start the game as and when we want to. I'm trying to think what kind of game should we be having next, do you think, Radu?
I was thinking of doing a cargo on Museum, if
Nice.
you guys are up for it.
It's good to have a bit of variety.
Password is as always ESL123.
Alright, let's get ourselves across to there. Let's refresh that one. Alright, let's get in there. Let's see. Apparently Xiaomi phones have lag. Let's see, was that the... Just making sure I've got the right person. So it's Raccoon 12. Are we looking out for Raccoon 12 to post in there? particular phone that they're having issues for, so we can get that passed across that it's having some performance problems.
I see someone called Enamuel Heku Joy. I think that's also that was saying about Xiaomi phones, and indeed we should have their full phone model if we are to investigate. But I know there are some improvements coming across the board. Maxed Ally saying. But I don't actually have your first message. So are you saying that you're having issues? I think Samsung Galaxy 7 Edge should not lag at all, to be honest.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Could you... Would you mind MaxMed Ali, would you mind posting again just to confirm that you are having lag on the Galaxy Edge? That's pretty crazy. Okay, Redmi 3S Prime. Apparently it's Raccoon 12's phone that's having issues with the Android one. Have a quick Redmi. Nate Gibson apparently knows Ransom's dog tag. Been fooled before. Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime.
Sibo, we totally agree with you that they are annoying, but this is what we're trying. We're trying on two fronts. On one, it's about punishing hackers, and on the other one, it's actually not allowing the hack. But it seems that in time, they find other ways and so on, so it's always a bit of a cat and mouse.
Yes, I imagine it's the kind of thing where it's always going to be a bit of an issue, but I'm sure everyone's doing their best. We are on to doing a little bit of cargoing on our last custom game on iOS for today, so please do come and join us, as there is still a little bit of space left over on the Raiders team, the red team. So come in and show your skills. Raccoon, I've put your details through with the model of your particular phone saying that it's having problems, so it can be looked into. Let's see. Okay, I think it should be alright for the time being, so let's take a look at how this game is playing out itself. You are Slow, who I remember from before. Doing pretty darn well in this game, 6-1. Redmi 3S Prime. Okay, yes, Leon's Gaming said that he had problems with the same phone and ended up changing off it, so I guess at least that's some form of confirmation that it's not just Raccoon 12 who's having the same issue. We'll get that looked into for you. So we've got a minute and a half left on the clock for the first round. For any of you guys who haven't played Cargo, both teams will try and push the cargo along the track as far as they can. So far the blue team have made it 7% of the way to the goal. The other team will attempt to, on their turn, repeat the performance. Kills in this mode, while useful, will not get you anything directly. You have to move in that cargo if you want to win, or prevent it, conversely, if you're on the other side. You can see on the map, we've got the blue team swarming around the bottom side, but they're not really getting anywhere near the cargo. The rest of the red team are trying to close them into a corner. Let's see if we can follow. I think she is pretty close. I don't think they maybe realise that how open the cargo is right now, but the red team are moving in to make that not the case. Blue team spending an awful lot of time not with the cargo, so I'm not sure they're going to do too well, but it may well be that these guys aren't particularly familiar with the particular game mode. Tasty Pizza saying that, okay, I want to note down what you're saying. Tasty, it's got matchmaking concerns. But squad?
Yeah, I got that one. So Tasty Pizza is saying, please make squad battles fair. Squad battles. Squads shouldn't play against teams which are in the same, or actually should play against teams which are in the
Yes.
same league and rating. Yeah, that is true to a degree. The matchmaking also takes into account obviously speed. So having a team queue at the same time that's exactly the same rating can take a while. So the more it takes, the let's say the bigger the difference or that it can be between the two teams' ratings. But as a fun fact, there will be some changes in the upcoming update to the leagues, so stay tuned for more info.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess it's got to be an issue for pretty much everybody. I know that pretty much every game's going to have the same concern about time versus how even a match is going to be, and just kind of tweaking that backwards and forwards. Oh, it's going to be.
Yeah, well, even if you take that into account, it's still a bit hard to match since you're matching against the squad rating and then you have the players rating. So let's say a pro joins a just made squad and then you play against them and you're going to say, why am I playing in bronze squad versus these guys with OP weapons and skills? So it's just a matter of adjusting your rating as close to the team skill overall and practicing together, communicating, and I think that will get you further. Regarding
oh yes,
the Ryuga Gaming is saying that he's on 4G, but it's showing 3G in game. I'm not 100% sure, so I need to double check this, but I believe the indicator is simply telling you that you are on a mobile connection, so not necessarily reflecting the type of connection that you are on at the moment. So even if you're on Edge, it won't say Edge, I think.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I think, well, I mean, this because there's always going to be new people coming to the stream. I guess it's sometimes worth reiterating some of the same questions, because people wouldn't necessarily have heard the answers before. Nate Skipton saying about the grinder and the dread eye. Are they in line for any changes?
These were already touched upon. I am not aware of any plans to nerf them again in the near future, but again, I will bring it up again with the devs and see what they think.
Alright guys, I believe that's going to be it for the iOS platform. We'll take a minute or so just to get switched across to the Android setup, so we should be back in just a second. Please do stay tuned. We'll keep going with the same broadcast, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Alright guys, thank you for your patience. We should be back up and running for the Android portion of the community games today. Of course, we are still here with Radu, who's ready and willing to answer your questions as best as he can, or at least pass across any questions which you can't answer to the developers directly. So please do take advantage of this unprecedented access to ask all those difficult questions you've been saving up, anything which is not feeling great about Modern Combat 5 at the moment for you. This is a chance to put it directly, or at least as directly as possible, to the developers, and hopefully at least find out if it's going to be addressed, or at least the Game Loft are aware of it. We will be having some more custom games going forward. So Radu, what are we feeling like for the next one on stream?
So, well, let's go for a free-for-all here as well. If I look at the non-ranked games, a lot of people are playing on the streets. And so let's start with everyone's favorite for a warm-up. And we're gonna do it the same as iOS. So first place, second place, and third place in the free-for-all will win some credits.
Alright guys, high stakes play live on stream once more. So you'll be able to join us that in just a second. In fact, why don't we just transition across so you guys can see what that key is on stream itself. So you can see we're just trying to join ourselves into proceedings. So ESL 123, I presume, yes, that we're going to be doing a free-for-all. So if it's the same as last time, it will be 500 credits for first place, 300 for second, and 200 for third. Oh, Deadpool has a interesting thing here. His suggestion is that the mastery kit should be able to upgrade cores because
yeah, he was. I saw his comment. He's actually thinking about, or he's concerned with having too many cores in general. So this topic is already under discussion for the devs. So the answer is there isn't actually a decision yet, but there's definitely some work in that direction.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go back through there and just check if there's anything outstanding. Okay, just some discussion about which is the superior platform. But guys, please do make your way in today. Radu is here handing out all the prizes you can eat. So first, second, and a third will be sharing in 1,000 in-game credits. So please do come steal away those last couple of spots, and we will get started for our first Android game of the day. For the next hour or so will be all about the Android community games. And because Radu is here to give those credits away, there will be a very rewarding free-for-all for at least 3 of the competitors.
Okay, so the lobby is full, so let's get this game on, and let's do 5 minutes between each games to answer questions and also have a giveaway. So that way, I think should satisfy the urges of everyone.
Oh, GCBS, you only on iOS, unfortunately. That's too bad. But hey, we have to give everyone their time to shine. So hopefully, you'll be playing on our next iOS event. We will be doing these, I believe, still doing these weekly, these community events for the time being.
Yeah, we're going to have at least one more next week with Windows and iOS.
Alright, so you have your chance to show off your skills. That's an interesting question. I don't think I've seen anyone bring that up before. Well, I might just let you get on with the game, but has the concept of animated camos ever been brought up for Modern Combat 5?
Actually, yes, but the thing is, just as with the colors for the camos on the weapons, it's there may be some engine limitations.
Yes, I guess it's presumably wasn't designed with that in mind.
It's under discussion. I don't really know if we'll be able to introduce them in anytime soon, but stay tuned and I'll let you know.
All right, let's see if we can find our top performing players at the moment. Musa OP, who I think maybe, yeah, we found them on first try. Good stuff. Who presumably has a YouTube channel going by their name, looking to try and make some extra subscribers during the stream today. Is currently up the top at the Romania, doing some representation. Is in the number 2 slot. Let's have a quick rundown. Easy? Question mark. Will be our 3rd and 4th place tied with a player who literally has no name whatsoever. We'll see who's going to get those share of those 1,000 credits, as free-for-alls, of course, incredibly brutal affairs and very vulnerable to being suddenly turned back already. Pro Noob, is it possible to put community events on weekends? I guess that's a reasonable question. I think there's only going to be one more of these before the regular tournaments pick back up again, which will be on weekends anyway. So if this is a difficult time slot for you to get to, don't worry about it too much, because there'll only be one more week. This is kind of the off season for Modern Combat 5 at the moment, so we're just kind of doing these for fun. But we'll be back to our regular time slots, I believe, when the regular tournaments do resume.
Actually, that's a good point. I will think about it. I mean, next week it's going to be Friday as well. But if you guys really enjoy this, I will consider doing them in the weekend as well, when obviously there isn't a tournament and so on. So stay tuned on Facebook, and in the newsfeed these will be announced there.
Oh, Beasted had a question about the. Can we get all available camos for prestige weapons and not just custom colours? I don't know if that's ever come up before.
I'm not sure that's actually possible. Just give me a second.
Yeah, guys, keep those questions coming, because as I say, Radu is working very hard to try and play a game of Modern Combat 5. At least I think he's playing this particular one. Oh no, but yes he is. No, he's actually doing quite well. He's got 9 in 10 while actively answering questions, which is honestly pretty crazy. But yes, he's the hardest working community manager. He's not only going to pwn some noobs, but also give all of the great info for you guys. Keep those questions coming. This is a great opportunity to get every concern you ever had addressed. We'll try and take even the hard questions, which won't always have the a definitive answer to them, but please do keep them coming. Let's see.
Okay, so regarding the custom camos, I mean the regular camos on prestige weapons, that's not really going to be a possibility, or it's planned, because they have special textures which have been configured to work with the current color schemes that we employed in order to make those custom camos, so the regular ones just can't be applied.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, at least you've got your question answered. I've unfortunately forgotten which particular person asked that. Beasted. So, sorry about that, Beasted, but at least you know. Let's see. Nate's asking, is there a chance for having more scopes to be able to put on sniper rifles like red dot sight or anything along those lines?
So the question is related to adding more scopes in general, or basically offering more scope options strictly to snipers?
I believe the sniper part.
I mean, just a second, let me get.
Oh yes, sure, yes. We'll hold off on that for a second while Radu gets the dog tags of our first 3 places, which will be Romania representing with 30 and 13. Wow, that's a crazy good score. Musa OP will be in 2nd place and Raj in 3rd place. So congratulations to all 3 of you guys who'll be receiving credits in the next week or so directly from Gameloft. Very strong performance.
Again, I noticed in the chat that you said you don't need them, but you want them, and I can't see your profile, so please answer in the chat what is your dog tag.
Oh, who was it who needed to answer that?
Musa OP, the 2nd guy.
Oh yes,
I
okay.
noticed him commenting on YouTube, so I think he's watching.
I would assume so. Yes, we'll try and make sure everybody gets all of the things they are looking for. That was very sweet of Beasted. He said, "It's okay." Thank you for your understanding, Beasted. Okay, we'll just wait a second before we're ready to hopefully get all of those.
Well, I got the other ones since as I said, it was the top 3, but the second place for Musa, I just didn't get it.
Alright, well, if you're listening, please do post your dog tag and platform into the chat. Well, assuming you might not want it on the Android platform. So there's a couple of the questions that have come through. So yes, to go back to the previous ones. So Nate was asking about the possibility of having red dot sights. I presume sort of non-telescopic sights on sniper rifles. Ooh, I think Redu might be muted.
So anyway, Romania, congratulations on an awesome performance. By the way, if you are from Bucharest, maybe at some point you would like to give us a visit or make a visit.
Oh, well, that's a very generous offer. Yes, I mean, it's only know that Shield HD is in Romania.
Well, Shield HD is Romania, from what he's saying. So.
Yes, we should probably set up a new match so we can get some new folks in there. So yeah, sorry. Do you figure anything out about the sniper rifles with the different scopes?
Well, again, this is something that I will write down and ask the devs, since attachments are something that the devs are considering, but not for the upcoming patch. It's something that's more in the long run, so I'm not sure there will be any changes regarding this before that, so I'll have to ask.
Okay, something else someone, Shibi Steven was asking, is there any possibility of having a kill cam in the game?
I don't actually understand the question, since when you die, you are shown a kill cam, or you are saying specifically to get the basically a replay.
Yes, a replay of your death.
Well, since this happens on the server, it's pretty hard, but I mean, as far as I'm aware, this is a bit difficult to do on the current mobile system, but again, I'll bring it, I'll just write it down now, and I'll try to come up with an answer for next time.
That seems perfectly reasonable. Alright, so what are we going to have for our next match for these Android guys, since we are firmly in the Android side of proceedings right now?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go for a cargo, but let's just have like 2 more minutes or so of questions, just to make sure that I covered everyone.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure we've talked about this before, but the Tasty Pizza was asking about the whether or not the whole recon being invisible in free for all was something that was ever going to be changed down the line.
As intended and the way they want it, so I don't think there are any plans of changing it actually in the near future. That's his thing, I guess.
Okay, that's fair enough. Sorry about that, Tasty Pizza. I mean, certainly, I guess the more people who ask about a given thing, then the more likely it is to get more attention, I suppose. I can't remember what the answer was to this actually before. Was the grinder, was that getting... Oh, that's right, no, you did say that it recently got nerfed, so it wasn't going to be nerfed again in the near future at least.
Yes, I'm saying that the devs are kind of okay with how it's performing now. People, I know that people still consider it too strong. So as I said, I will bring it up again. But we, I mean, the devs do, let's say, a collaboration. So like, let's say we have the opinion of the community, we have the stats, like what the servers are telling us in terms of picks or how effective people are with weapons and so on. So all these data from the servers, and obviously how the devs think the weapon should work. So all these things, I mean, these three things are taken into account when a change is being made. And at the moment, the data is showing that it's okay. The community is saying it's not okay. So as I said, it's still under review from this point of view.
There's some questions for a couple of different people about the. Is there any word on when the next update is coming out?
Yeah, this has been asked before. I can't give you any date, but it's a few weeks away actually. So you're going to have to wait a bit more. This is quite a big update. It's both in terms of both content and improvements. So and all these things related to anti-hacking and so on. So yeah, it's taking a bit, but stay tuned and we'll announce more. And as I said, don't hold your breath the next few weeks, but after that, it's coming for sure.
There's BC had a question about will there ever be a way to earn VIP points beside buying credits?
Well, the VIP system was particularly made to offer a sort of side reward or progression for players who sustain the game in financially. So it would kind of defeat the point
Sure.
of it if you offer it. But the idea is that you can get most of the things that you can get through VIP in terms of weapons or power or so on through regular events.
Okay, yep, that seems reasonable. I mean that's usually kind of how these things work in terms of it's just a sort of a time saver as opposed to things really being kind of locked behind a paywall. Thomas MC5 says he wants notification blocking back.
Yeah, yeah. This is as you were saying, maybe people coming on streams and
Yes.
and this answer has already been questioned. Yes, the notification blocking and enabling will come back in the upcoming patch. So in the next update, for sure. We're already aware of the issue and it's already been fixed.
I can see some grumpy-looking faces in the chat.
And Velka is talking about the hackers. Again, I have already answered this question, and I understand, guys. It's very annoying, and that's why we're really working on that. I mean, the next patch is related specifically to that as well.
Oh, I think the free-for-all might have started without me getting into a spectate slot. Oh, that's a little strange. Just check to see if this is the right game. No, I've gone into the wrong game. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to duck out of here. But yes. So we know some of you guys will just been coming to the stream, so it's fair enough. Actually, that's a good point. Maybe this is something we should have discussed off stream, but the questions which people are asking here, will there be kind of are there maybe any plans to have these kind of put out as a tweet or as something that people who don't watch this particular stream can get those same answers? Sorry to put you on the spot there.
Basically, you're asking if there will be like some sort of FAQ or something?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Well, I could create a topic on the forums. So, okay, I'll do that. On Monday, there will be a topic on the forums, on the MC5 forums. In the discussion sections, it will be called frequently asked questions on stream, and you'll have it there.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. All right. Do you think is it time yet?
I think we should go for another game, and we'll go again for creds, because otherwise, I mean, we're playing on Android, but we're just chatting actually, which is also good, and I'm happy if you guys enjoy it. But I would like to have some more matches.
Let's say this. The notes will be good for me as well because I've tried to keep everything in my head and try and remember. The Playboy Gamer was asking about the overtime map. I guess if memory serves, I seem to remember you saying that it was something that was being talked about.
Yes, that is still a sort of not. It's not controversial. It's too much if I call it that way. But it's something that the devs are considering, but don't really intend to do it in the near future. So the main concern is actually to bring new maps, especially for the newer modes, and improve the other maps.
Okay. Olivia, if you're having some, I'm guessing from your question, which is talking about saying that it's unplayable, that your particular device you're playing on is having performance issues. If you could, well, apologies for all you guys who are going to hear this over and over again. If you could post your particular device you're having problems with, then we can get it passed across to see if there's something in particular about that device that's making it perform poorly. Tony is saying he was talking about some issues with falling through the map on the Android client. Has that been addressed already?
Falling through the map on Android. Okay. I'm not really aware of this issue, so send us a video, I guess, showing us, or if you have a link of something like this, just post it in the chat, and I'll use it to take a look. I'm not aware of any issue of this sort.
That seems reasonable. So, yes, so please do give us a link in the chat, which I think will get deleted by Nightbot, but I believe that I'll be able to see it anyway. So, do have that work? Let's see. So, if we got the custom game, I believe the custom game will get hosted shortly under ESL 1.3. It's not quite up as of yet. Let's see. Tasty Pizza, will I get credits for asking questions? You'll quite possibly get a better game out of it if you manage to ask the right questions. So please do keep them coming in. Even if your reward will only be the warm feeling of knowing that the game that you're playing will be slightly better because of your contributions.
Okay, so Nikki Gameplays is asking about prestige weapons in general, and as I've said before, it's not something that will necessarily make it exactly at the beginning of the next patch, but there are definite plans of rebalancing weapons all around.
Well, that's cool.
The game is up, by the way.
Yes.
People are already joining.
Yep, you guys are hot on this one. Maximeg repping the Quack Brigade. So, do keep making your way in. Enamel Hack Joy saying when you knife someone, sometimes you get stuck inside the wall and then you fall.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So that is indeed an issue with knifing in general next to collisions, certain collisions, and it's something that we are aware of but haven't been able to fix now because of how the animation works. So there is no solution for that. We are aware of it. We'll look into it further, but I have no good news regarding that in the near future. So
that seems reasonable. Livio, yes, the Redmi Note 3. I believe that's the one which we've. Actually, no, that's a slightly different one than we've come up before. So I'm going to add that to the list of which I'm passing across, saying that to have a look into. Okay.
Also there was so Nikki is also asking, will there be a cross-form platform. So I guess cross platforms in the future for this specific game. I can't say yes or no. There have been discussions about this. It implies quite some big changes, but it's not out of the question, basically. But don't get your hopes up. Sorry.
Yes,
So,
I'm assuming if it was anything, it would be between Android and iOS, with PC having the completely different controlling scheme.
And Beasted, the question has also already been asked, not specifically to masks, but to armors in general. And as I said, it's something that the devs will look into. It sounds like a bit of a generic answer, but as I said, until I have one specific, it's the only one I can give you for the moment.
I think that's, yes.
So
it's honest.
basically, what I'm saying, it is definitely a topic that that we are interested in addressing. So there will definitely be more details about this.
Yes, I suppose. I guess broadly speaking, because I think we've kind of sort of touched on this before. Do you know if the next patch does include any general optimization for the game itself as far as performance goes?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so Olivia, hopefully, well, I guess see with the, I've passed across the particular device sharing issues with. Hopefully, the next patch will make some difference, but either way around it, at least it has been noted. So we've got this particular game in progress, but it's capture the flag mode in case you guys didn't notice, because there is a little
everybody
flag.
seems to fight on the way.
Yes, there's not very much flag capturing going on right now. There's still actually quite a lot of spaces left. So this is on Android. ESL123 is the pass key, but you too can show off on a stream. Show us what you're made of. As the red team look like they are moving right in to take away the first flag of the game. If they can just beat out the last few members spawning in. Long name, couldn't get enough time to say it. Musa OP, I think it's going to be able to get first in on that flag. Doesn't go straight for it though, but will get cut down by the opposition in short order. Still no flag captures despite some pretty offensive moves by the red team. Alright, 4 minutes and change left on the clock. Capture the flag on the canals. You two can be part of it. Just a few slots left. In fact, just one slot left. Let's see if we can find Senor Quack, Maximed Quack, 9 and 2 in this one. Though hasn't translated that to actual flag captures as of yet. Of course, taking some of the opposition off of the map is going to be worthwhile just to give you access to the flag. But just killing the opposition,
If
well,
you
yeah,
do it in their base, yeah. Otherwise, they'll just spawn there by the time you get there.
Allium VHD, this Modern Combat 5 eSport FPS, right? Not Blackout. I'm just going to check what the listing is on the store right now, but the...
It's one and the same thing, actually.
Is it listed as eSport FPS currently?
Yes.
Okay, so hopefully you can locate the right run in the store, Liam, and come join in.
There are two versions, so Blackout is no longer listed as a name there.
Oh, okay. So it may be an older. I don't know if it could be an older Play Store or something that they're on there from, or if someone else has got some other game which has got a similar name to what this one used to be called. Oh, Beasted's asking, why did you change rental from Diamond Dust to credits, and could we have the option for both?
Nikki, I will talk with Mexico and to answer that question. So I don't have a question, the answer right now, but I'll ask. What sort of gifts, if I'm asked, since I'm not fully aware what they were doing?
Yes, in case you guys were wondering, there was a question from Nikki's Gameplays over on YouTube. Sorry, did you catch the one from Beasted over on Mob Crush? The the question about whether or not rentals could be...
Yeah. Well, since we introduced the dual system, so we introduced the system that you can earn credits quite easily, and that's why it was changed.
Well, that's fair enough.
So the question, if there's any plans, no, not for the moment, but if the feedback will be overwhelming in that direction, things may change.
Livio, you've got lots of screenshots of glitches. Well, certainly, if you can... you see the email address up at the top right-hand corner. If you've got screenshots of glitches, then please do send them through with as much information as possible to hopefully get those glitches addressed in the patch. Maybe not in this upcoming patch if it's too late in the cycle.
Quite a few glitches have been fixed already in the update, so I mean, basically when the update will come and your maps will be updated, those glitches will be gone. But yeah, if you have so many, do send them, and we'll make sure that we'll check to make sure that we got all of them.
Alright, so far, with 1 minute left on the clock, neither team has captured the flag a single time, or even really made much of an effort to capture that flag. So I'm not sure we're going to see a winner in the traditional sense. Tasty Pizza.
Tasty Pizza. I handled sending your credits personally, actually, this week. And I'm quite sure they're there, but just, I mean, you already wrote me an email, so let's continue this discussion through email, and we'll get to the bottom of it.
So yes, as Radu was saying, we're going to have a little bit more of an efficient pipeline for getting you guys your missing credits if you are missing any from any tournaments. So dropping through an email to modern.combat.community@gmail.com will get you directly through to Radu to take on getting those credits for yourselves.
We are now in, so since obviously nobody captured the flag, it's now
sudden death?
Yep.
I'm still not convinced if the entire time that we saw this last game play out, nobody captured a flag. I'm not sure if anyone's ever going to capture a flag, but we'll see. Maximed at least is trying to get a flag on, but we'll see how well it works out. Let's see. Apparently for Nikki's gameplays, they've used to receive offers about buying credits, but now they are not getting them anymore. Don't know if that's anything which you were aware
of. This is something that I need to talk with the person making the offers. So, Nikki, I know your channel actually, so, but I'm not sure. I mean, for sure, I don't know your dog tag. So, if you include it in the description or something, I'll take a look.
Okay, Ryuga Gaming's saying that he's having some issues with people using disconnect glitches to get access to blueprints. Is that something you guys are aware of?
No, not really. I don't know what this disconnect glitch is, but if it's something that's working, please write about it on the email rather than discussing it here and bringing more attention to it. As I said, I'm not aware of it, and if it's working, it's until we investigate it, it would be worth it, not to get more people on it.
Yes, definitely. It looks like the red team have managed to finally secure, thanks to the Wolf, Awu, who manages to finally put this game to bed in favour of the red team. Not a high-scoring game, but a high-violence game, nonetheless. Whew. Nikki's gameplay says that they do include their dog tags in their live streams, so they hopefully should be picked up from there. Whew. I think we actually answered a lot of the questions while we were doing the game, so I don't think we've got any backlog of questions at the moment. No, I think we're actually completely caught up.
Okay, great. In that way, okay, then we can go for a chat giveaway, and then we go for the next game.
All right.
Livio is asking something. Yeah. Livio is asking something not related to MC5. Unfortunately, I'm strictly on MC5, so I can't really give any answers related to other games. But I will try to answer this question. But as I'm saying, in general, the general rule is that I don't really have the answer for anything other than MC5. So I'm not aware of any plans from us to remaster games. It's more about releasing new games. But who knows? So I think the short answer is there are no plans for this. But there will be new games, hopefully, including everything you actually like.
Well, yes, I mean, certainly, I'd imagine if you could post some of the things from MC3 you liked about the game, then perhaps those could be suggestions for things to be implemented. Nikki was also asking if there's ever going to be any plans for a tier above the current tier, weapon-wise.
By the way, just so you know, Nikki, prestige weapons aren't actually tier 8 and 9, and as the community are calling them, they are basically, let's say, a 7+. They are basically comparable or sometimes slightly better, but very slightly than the tier 7s. I mean, in quite a few areas, tier 7s are a bit stronger, but the idea is that prestige weapons have a certain, let's say, special ability and so on, similar to tier 6. And now to go to your question, as far as I'm aware, there are no plans for another tier of weapons. There may be more classes, but this is basically as high as we intend to go, and the intention is to work on balancing these as well as possible.
Tony, if you found a link to some useful information, definitely if you could send it through to the Modern Combat Community at gmail.com email address, that would be exceptionally helpful, so thank you for doing that. That's very kind of you. Nate was wondering if there would be any more kill streaks coming in down the line. He's suggesting a nuke particularly, but I'm assuming it's just a general question of whether or not there'll be any different kill streaks.
Oh, yeah, I know the nuke kill streak as well from other MC games. So it's not something for the upcoming update, but it's something that's under discussion.
Okay.
Beasted Tony is also. I mean, we are interested in. We are interested. We intend to actually buff it a bit more, and. Why is it so hard? It's just a matter of preference, I guess. It's intended to be more of a weapon for snipers, as it has a similar mechanic to snipers that are not fully automatic. So the idea is it's just made that way. I mean, it's intended to be a bit harder, but if you it's a one shot if you have all 3 arrows loaded in, no matter what you're wearing, so I think that's pretty strong.
Alright, I think we're mostly caught up here.
Yeah, so by the way, we were supposed to do the giveaway as well.
Oh yes, that's true. We're forgetting about that. How did you want to do this one?
Let's say we give 200 credits to 5 random people.
Okay.
Just pick 5 random people, and you have to write hashtag and your platform, and obviously your dog tag. So just write your dog tag and platform, and we'll pick 5 winners that get 200 credits.
All right, guys. So it's free for all time giveaway wise. I guess we'll just go for.
Sorry, Nikki. Yes, you can use the other clips if you want to answer the Spanish community.
Alright, so dog tag and platforms into the chat if you'd like to win yourself a 200 credit prize. First come, first served. So, do you keep coming through? Let's just check and see if there's anything new coming through as question wise. Enamel, congratulations on being our first winner. I'm going to quickly take these down as they come. So
Nikki, you're going to have to contact us on the email and tell me which giveaway you are referring to.
Okay. I think that's going to be everybody. So I've got the first 5 people: Enamel, Thomas MC5, Shield HD, Playboy Gaming, and let's make sure actually I've got everyone correct in here. Let's see, so Manuel, Enamel, that's right, it's D147, Thomas is 9B, Shield is 9F, Playboy is 993, and Shubham Sharma will be our last winner on the Android platform. Right, so those will all be 200 credits.
Soldier Girl is asking if there are any kind of secondary weapons for Morph. So, well, the whole design of the class is that your main weapon improves, and it's the whole idea to use your main weapon as combined with melee kills to get the most out of the class. So for the moment there are no plans to actually get any weapons for the Morph, as that's the whole design.
That's fair enough. Alright, well so that particular giveaway is going to be over. Do we have any thoughts on...
Yeah, let's go on for another game.
Alright guys, so ESL 123 will as always be the key to get yourself in live on streaming play. Please do be quick on that because we've only got limited spaces in each of these custom games and they go very, very quickly. So if you don't want to be disappointed, get in there very, very fast. I'm just going to be doing the same thing myself, in fact. There we go. Zeradu's got the lobby up now, so we'll be in a bit of a stream delay, so expect to see you guys in probably about 10-15 seconds or so if you weren't already poised and ready to join the game. Alright, let's change across. Here we are. And you can already see a lot of you guys are in here already. I'm going to just take some extra notes about the people who won the last giveaway, in case there's any issues there. Gaming. Okay. Great. Okay, so let's just see if there's any last minute questions.
Playboy Gaming is asking if there will be a tournament for PC for APA server specifically. I've heard about this. I mean, I know the community has been organizing a few of these. I'm not actually aware why the ESL Windows One wouldn't include APA, so I'll definitely have this in mind when we'll be reviewing this season and what's planned for next.
Shadow Wolf, I'm assuming, well, I guess I can probably make a pretty good guess about the Modern Combat versus being outside of your wheelhouse to be able to answer questions about it when it comes to Europe or Switzerland, etc.
And Utsav Vupret is saying, we don't need live streams, we need the hackers free MC5 on Windows. Well, if you have been following the stream, you should know that you will have a hackers free MC5 on Windows. At least for a while, hopefully for as long as possible. But it's something that we are concerned with as well, especially for the next update. So your concern is ours.
Angela J, this stream will be lasting for probably about another few games at least. We won't be playing on iOS again today, but next week I believe we will be. So if you want to come back at roughly the same sort of time, minus a couple of hours, then you'll be able to play in the community games on the iOS platform as well. Beasted is asking, before we get this game started I suppose, can you make it so we can see the squad details of squads we battled in squad? We'll also search for squads.
What do you mean squad details? What details regarding the squad are you interested in seeing? He's basically talking about the squad wall history. So you're talking about members, maybe, or what?
I'm not sure. Maybe Beastie, could you rephrase what you were saying, and maybe we can give you a better answer. Tony, thank you for sending that link to the email. That's very kind of you to go out of your way to find that extra stuff, and I'm sure even if everyone else who didn't watch the stream today may not be aware of it, they will benefit from your work. There you go, Tasty Pieces showing some love. Okay, should we get ourselves started? Oh, I think Redu may still be muted, or possibly stepped away for a second.
No, I'm right here. I'm just playing. So
oh, okay. Well, in that case, my client has not allowed me to join the game, which is.
Oh shoot! Damn it! I didn't realize.
It does happen occasionally. That's fine. I'll tell you what. In the intervening time, I'll host up another game myself under the same key.
Or just do a giveaway, another giveaway, and get some questions. Because this game is like, let's say, 4 more minutes away. So by the time you host and start, I think it will be over.
Okay. Oh, apparently, yes, members of the squads we battled on match results are not clickable.
Yes, so you want to, as I said, which details specifically are you interested in seeing there? So the players from each squad playing, and what else?
I'm assuming the players, is from what he's saying. Yeah, if you click on the squad name, maybe we'll give it more detail. Okay. Well, Ranu, you can probably think of a much better one for this. In terms of doing the particular giveaway or waiting for that real game to get done, can you think of any obscure Modern Combat 5 trivia they could chuck these guys' way to be a kind of question to determine who wins the credits? That's quite a hard question.
I'll think about it. Just give me a few seconds.
Sure. Alright, yes. Basically, Beastie wants to be able to message the people he was playing against after a match. But I presume at the moment that he can't.
Well, you are on a joint server temporarily when you have a match, so I mean, you can message them if you add them as friends and send them a message. But basically, once the match is over and people leave the room, you are no longer I don't know, in the same place with them, so to speak.
Okay, so we need to be very quick about it and try and make sure that they do that before everyone starts leaving the lobby.
Yep.
Okay, Tony Arnott says, "Give me some money, I'm poor. If only we had money to give you." And also bank pass as well. You drive a hard bargain, Tony. But these all seem like completely reasonable requests. Let's see. Actually, that's an interesting question. I don't know if this will, like, if Modern Combat 5 is set up to allow this. With the new, custom rules coming into things, was there ever any discussion of bringing in sort of custom game modes like prop hunt and other sort of things like that? Sort of really
Such as what? I didn't really understand the last part, so I understood up to custom games.
Basically, like games which are sort of not just custom rules, but like sort of. I'm trying to think of the best way of describing it. Like actually, I'm trying to think of a good example if you haven't heard of Prop Hunt, which is it basically like taking the game and doing a kind of a silly game mode based off it. So it would, not playing it like a normal game, but using some.
Okay. Well, the custom matches offer these options to everyone. You're saying to make one specifically restricted. I mean, on one hand you have custom matches, and on the other ones you have the boosted events, which also hold special rules. And I think it's kind of up to the players to come up with these. I mean, if you remember on our last invitational, we had quite a lot of wacky rules
Yes.
for each round. So it's just a matter of organizing these. There will be a special set of tournaments coming in the next update, but I can't give any more details, or I'll
Get in trouble.
Yeah. But aside from that, I will actually we could have one now. Let's uh, let's recreate one of the conditions. So let the next match, let's make it a duel.
Okay.
And let's say tier 1 only.
Alright. Well, you guys heard it here first. You may need to quickly scramble to change your weapon loadouts to be able to get into the game itself. Maximed Ali would like a free-for-all in the museum. So maybe we could have that before we end out today.
Sure.
Okay. Nafsun's asking, will voice chat ever be an option in the game? I think I do remember.
If it will ever be an option, that is something I can't answer. But for the moment, there are no plans to answer it, to actually do it. Although it's been raised before, we've actually tested the native streaming as well, and we noticed that it has. It has quite a strong impact on the performance, especially on mid-range to low devices. And then there's the issue of age restrictions and things like that. So then there would be the issue of people getting harassed verbally and so on. So your best bet, and I'm not making any, I'm not affiliated, or Gameloft is not affiliated in any way, but maybe you should try Discord or something like this. I think it's the best option.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of, it feels like generally outside solutions have kind of taken the place of in-game voice chat a lot of the time. Tony's given up on trying to get into the matches because it's very difficult. It is, unfortunately, the places in these matches are very competitive, especially. Is the lobby up for the duel?
No, actually, and that's a good concern. Okay, so let's not make it a duel, and let's make it let's go for the request, the free for all on museum, and then we'll have like 2 more matches or so. Sure. Again with the free for all, so we can get as many people as possible in.
Angela J, is that Radu? It is the one and only Radu, here for your education and also to crush some noobs.
Not many noobs to crush today, but
well, it's all a matter of perspective, really. Outer Line asking if we can play older Modern Combat 5 maps.
The game is created, by the way, and probably not Outer Line. I mean, the let's say the way that each developer team wants to do it is to have their own maps, obviously with their own game and so on. So tributes are rare.
Let's see. So yes, well, hopefully
Livio, that kind of question is not something that I can actually answer, especially it's being a representative of MC5. So
Yes. Perhaps you could phrase the question differently. I think probably the best way to ask that kind of question is just to present a particular feature and ask if that feature from another game which you like, and ask if that feature might ever be implemented in Modern Combat 5. That seems like probably an easier way to address it. Toby Gamer, can you guys please add a yes or no option for every item before buying? I presume like a confirmation? I'm not totally sure what Toby Gaming means. Could you expand a little bit more, perhaps? Oh, Beasted. That's an interesting idea. I've not heard anyone talk about that before. As you see, our first player killing themselves. Oren starting off with a -1 score, just trying to make it a little bit harder. He was asking if there will be a way to have a sensitivity slide in match to be able to adjust it without pausing, so you can toggle from long to close range battle sensitivity. Which is I don't think I've ever heard of that idea, but that's an interesting thought. I think Reddy may be caught up in murdering everybody at the moment. But I will try and remember to ask him that once this game is concluded.
yeah, no, I'm
Oh, yeah,
here
so...
again. I'm not pressing the press
shit.
talk because I'm playing. The answer to that is basically that hasn't been discussed before. It's the first time I hear it. It's an interesting idea, but I'm not sure who else was actually interested in this, or where have you seen it implemented and working well, so that we could take a look, and also we could make a poll to see if people are interested in that. So these would be the steps. Give us an example, or if it hasn't been done before, why, or how could it work? And once we figure that out, I can give you a better answer.
Yeah, Beasted, that's a really interesting idea. I'm kind of surprised. I'm trying to think through myself how that would be implemented without having to like rely on some really complex menus. There probably is some sort of elegant solution to it, but I'm not sure what it would be offhand. Nafton's saying there's some sort of turret hack going on at Android. I guess, again, like the other ones, if any information, if you can pass it across the Modern Combat community at gmail.com, then Gameloft will take a look at it. Particularly if you can have any videos of it happening, or as much information as possible, then it's going to be able to get sorted out.
I'm not aware about. I'm not aware regarding any turret hacks. So yeah, do please send me some footage.
Alright, let's keep popping around this. Oh, Romania's not only representing well, but doing well in this particular game. I think they just got killed. The second we mentioned them. Oh no, different person. Oh, there we go, number 9. 14 and 7 so far in this game. Oh, okay. Coddy kind of expanded on that previous point, saying that sometimes they rented things by mistake. So they were asking if if it was possible to have an extra layer of confirmation put on top to make sure that people don't rent things which they didn't mean to.
Well, it is possible, but again, it's not something that that has been raised by many people, or that seems to be a concern for many people. So I'm not sure that it will take priority. But as I said, if there are more people that are affected by this, then it will become a more important problem.
I'm kind of. Would it be if that happens to somebody? Would they be able to get that reverted by contacting support? Is that something that they can do?
Yeah, sure.
So I presume if a lot of people did that, then it would become more obvious that it was.
Yeah, well, we receive reports on what issues have been raised in customer care as well. So,
Hmm. So yes, like yeah, I guess if
but
it.
don't spam customer care, guys.
Yes.
I mean, that was not an incentive to.
Yes. Uh, I think yes, that was going to use to realise that was the case. Well, yes. So Beasted, if you were listening just then, if you get in contact with customer care, if there's anything you accidentally rent, then they can revert everything on your account. And if it comes from a bunch of different people over time, then it'll become more obvious that it's something that needs to be addressed to stop that happening. Tony sending his friend requests. I say you're probably better off sending. I don't believe either of us actually play on the accounts we're using here primarily, but I'm more than happy to play it on the PC. Obviously, it's too much of a hassle to haggle over 60 credits with customer support. Well, saying all that, I mean, I guess it will be worthwhile in terms of just, if this is a feature you'd like to see in the game, the extra layer of confirmation, it's a way to make it more likely if customer support realise that it's an issue.
But how does it happen actually? I mean, just out of curiosity, I mean, how do you end up renting it by mistake? Since the bottom is the bottom right, and so I don't really know how you accidentally go there to get it.
Yes,
And you're strictly viewing that weapon, which you don't have. So
perhaps I suppose it's not really likely, is it? It's not like someone's going to necessarily make a video of them doing it because they wouldn't know they were going to do it in the first place.
yeah, obviously, it just sounds a bit unlikely to happen, to actually raise it as a very strong concern to the devs to make it a priority.
So yes, I guess that's all you really can do. Beast is just do file it, so at least there is some record. Otherwise, even if everybody does the same thing, then it will never get changed. Right. Let's see.
Okay. Regarding the pack offers at the end of the match, so those screens that were introduced recently, those are the ones you are talking about.
Possibly.
So are you referring to those, or simply when you are in the main menu and you go to your loadout and you go for whatever weapon you don't have yet?
Oh,
Okay. So that's more specific, and this is the thing. The more details you give us regarding the issue you have, it's the clearer it is for us, and obviously easier to fix. So I will bring this up definitely.
All right, there you go, guys. We did it. We've managed to at least clear up what's been talked about. There we go. Yes, so we're on the same page. That's always been an issue on the internet, is because we're all talking in text. Yeah, so I think Toby Gamer was saying he was having the same issue. Namal, my kills are getting resetted a lot these days. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Could you provide some more detail?
He's probably talking about some stats on his profile. So if that happens again for those kind of issues, you should contact customer care. These are things that apparently happen to some players, but it's not something that I can offer a solution to on stream, and or that the devs can fix, since it's not. I mean, it happens very few times, so each case needs to be treated individual.
Oh, that's fair enough.
But don't worry, Emmanuel, your profile, I mean, like, there are several copies of your profile available if you have played in the last few months, so those can definitely be recovered.
Okay, well, again, I think we're pretty much up to date on our particular games. I suppose it's, I guess, either giveaway or custom game. Which are you feeling like, Radu?
Well, let's do one more giveaway, I think. Since you're always tempting me to talk, so let's try to not end up on the last place and be more of a bot.
You know how I feel whenever I play these games. I'll leave it to the viewers to be the competent players of the game. Alright. Oh, well, that's right. I don't know if you've had a chance to think of this yet, and it's quite a hard thing, but can you think of any, not necessarily super obscure, but...
Yeah, you asked me for the giveaway.
Yes.
Let's say, what profession does the person in the first icon that Modern Combat 5 had when it was released? So what is the profession of the person in the icon?
Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure I understand that correctly. So, when Modern Combat 5 first came out, it had a particular icon in the store. And what job did that person have?
Yeah, like, what is he?
Okay. Well, do put your answers into the chat. What's on the line for whoever comes through for this one?
Let's make it the first three that answer each get 300 credits. Livia, that's a very interesting idea. So in terms of by skins, I believe you mean camos. Those are the easiest things that we could translate from what the community has. So I think we will even have something like that in the following weeks, like a competition. But in terms of maps, well, actually, I will actually suggest this as well and see if we can make a, let's say, a dual map design competition.
Ooh,
I'll
that's a
definitely
nice
bring
idea.
it up. No promises, guys, so don't. But it's I like the idea, and definitely see if we can do something about it. And what other things were so map skins, suits. For suits, that all may also be an interesting idea, for sure. But there are, I mean, we don't have an editor that we can publicly give, so I'll have to think how you guys could design things like that. So I'll come back with an answer, but as I said, for maps and skins, definitely expect an answer by next week.
Okay, so for the giveaway, I think the answer's kind of broad. So I don't know how you want to treat the answers people have been given.
Well, I gave you a word, and it's not a class, guys. It's a profession, so like a job. What
Oh,
is
no, that's
his
true.
job?
So in fact, that's only gonna be one person so far who's answered it in as part of a sentence, which I'm gonna give them because there's no reason to penalise them for being more descriptive than necessary. So, which job?
Yeah.
I guess job broadly, not necessarily a specific subset of that job. It's yes. So go for them,
guys. You have like 3 more, or let's say 2 more minutes max.
yes.
There has already been one answer that I'm aware of.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct from what I can see here in the chat.
Yes. So again, just like before, be more broad. Sorry, it is a very specific answer. We're looking for a particular word. So it's more on the right line in terms of a class or profession rather than a specific subset of a particular job. Swimmer. You're right, Look Gaming. Modern Combat 5 secret roots as an Olympic swimming simulator.
Yeah, Michael Phelps was the star.
Oh man, how far it's come. That's why there's the secret swimming mode, which no one's found yet. Alright, so there's a second one. And
I actually see 3 answers already.
oh, I might have missed one. Okay. Well, in that case, if you've got 3, Who are the three that you've got?
Yeah, so I got Beasted, Nate Gibson's son, and Sukrit Bardawa. I'm sorry if I messed up,
We make our
but I
best
hope you know who
guess.
you are.
Alright, so Nate Gibson's sons, Secret Barwaj, and Beasted, if you could all post your dog tag and platform, you'll be the recipient of 300 credits. So yes, the answer was Soldier, which hopefully doesn't seem too unfair for you guys. For again,
And it wasn't the one with orange glasses or yellow glasses, as some of the players are saying. That's actually the second icon. So the very first icon is actually a soldier with a helmet. But anyway.
Oh, there you go. Today I learned.
And I got the suggestion regarding squad chat during squad queue, and I will bring that up as well.
Ah. Alright, so we need Nate Gibson's sons, Sucrit and Beasted, all need dog tag and platforms. All waiting for that to come through. Should we get set up for what I guess would probably be one of our last games today?
Yep, we're going to have one last game, and that's going to be it for today.
Alright, Beasted got your dog tag and platform there, so thank you for that. So we're just waiting on Sucrit and Nate. I know Nate's around. Nate's just posted, so he's definitely still here. We've had our last giveaway of the day, but please do come and join us under the same pass key as always. I believe the lobby will be going up shortly. Sucrit, there we are. You're on the iOS platform, getting your details put in. So it just leaves Nate. Tony, even in jest, I would probably steer away from saying things like that on the internet, because it's there's always a danger people might take you seriously, and it's not a very smart thing to say.
Yeah, some people with particular set of skills to actually track people who say those kind of things or something like that.
Yes, I mean, even when it's obviously entirely silly, it's just, I would just heavily recommend against saying anything like that, because you never know when people will not have a sense of humour. Toby Gamer, the first photo of Modern Combat was of Phoenix, is that right?
Well, it was Phoenix, but it was with a helmet on.
Alright. Nate, Sucrit, and Beasted, I've got all your details. But the thing is, all the time a guy signs into my account without having my Facebook data. I'm not quite sure what you mean there, Nate. If you're having some account issues, I would definitely get in touch with customer support. Make sure that everything's okay. So we'll switch across. So ESL 1, 2, 3. Pro Noob, unfortunately you've just missed out on the last giveaway of the day. Are we putting any credits on the line for this team battle?
Sure. Okay, so the winning team, if it's okay, so there are 6 to 4, so I'll join the other team, I guess, so that we're equal. So let's say the top killers, the top 2 killers on each side will each get 200 credits.
Alright guys, so put everything on the line for our last community game of today. As you guys have noticed, it has also turned into a pretty heavy Q&A session, but hopefully at least you guys are where you'd like to be as far as knowing what's going on with the game and kind of how things are going to be addressed. As Radu said, he's going to post up a lot of these answers on the forum, so if you come to this stream late and you'd like to know what's been talked about, you won't miss out. And hopefully everyone will be on the same page as each other. Alright guys, let's get it started. Romania, representing Romania. Look Gaming saying good luck for this last game. Let's see some Radu time. The top 2 performers from each team be getting a little credit prize coming their way. So, Oren killing yourself with a grenade. Not probably the way you want to start, but Romania starting off with a nice 2-0 so far. A lot of the red team members haven't connected And Orange kill themselves over and over and over again with a grenade, which is a interesting strategy. But probably not going to reward them too heavily. Ooh. Not great. Oh dear. Well, Oren, not probably the way to get invited back to these custom games again. Please, if any of you guys who are playing, please don't troll these games, especially when there are credits on the line. But hey, everyone gets to make their own choices. Romania certainly made the choice to perform pretty strongly in this game with a 4-0 performance, down to very low health, but still piling forward. Take a look and see if we can find how it's going for Radu so far in this game.
Pretty bad, pretty bad.
Alright. Well, 1 of 5. It could be worse. Let's see how Sulov is the best performing member of the red team right now. Going to be able to take out Romania as well. Alright. I have to make a note here that that Oren's been kind of... So we're looking to maybe not have in future custom games. We're going to kill themselves over and over again. I think with the... Certainly the blue team have been doing very, very well for themselves anyway. Sulov is going to go down to the lethal weapon. Apparently the character limit was a little too short. The blue team take it pretty good. But yes, Romania is pretty good in this game, as Toby Gamer has pointed out. Let's have a look and see who our number 1 and number 2 from each team is. So, whoops. We've got Sulov and LOL over on the red team, and the NR New and Musa OP over on the blue team. Though I have a feeling that possibly, oh no, I think did anybody leave? Oops, I might need to get a whole bunch of dog tags in a hurry. Okay, if oh, I'm not gonna have enough time. Unfortunately, Radu's game was stuck. So I'll need to quickly jump back onto YouTube and note down who the... I can rewind the YouTube and check who those winners were. And hopefully they'll join the next game so I can steal their dog tags. Let's see. Go back away. So yes. Yes, weirdest channel. I'm not really sure why. Oh, there we go. You can just hear the sound of the... Okay, so Sulov and... I don't know if I'm going to be able to... Okay, well, if the top performing members from the last game could put their dog tag and platform in the chat, hopefully their YouTube or otherwise name will indicate fairly strongly which person they are. Otherwise, if you could join in the game, ESL123 being the pass key, then we can get your dog tags again. Apologies for that. So we're really looking for the NR New, however that one ends, Musa OP, Sulov, and LOL. Sukrit, or Sukrit, you don't need to do anything in particular to get your pass keys. They should be with you in a week or so. Let's just see. There we go.
And so someone's asking when is the next stream? The next stream is actually next week, same time. So see you then.
Yes. Oh, Musa OP's joined back in, so that's one of our winners from last time round. So I believe we'll have to wait till the end of the game to get their dog tag.
Or you could simply get killed by him.
Well, I'm just spectating, so I don't think I'll be...
If you're spectating him, you can see his dog tag if you just look at the stats.
Oh, I feel... Oh, yes, sorry, I was looking at the wrong part of the screen. Cool. In that case, I will give you C1D179. So that's Musa OP. Right, who else do we need?
So P actually won one of the other matches as well, so write him down with 200 more. Just
wonderful. So the credits. All right, we're basically just doing some housekeeping here, guys. Let's see if we can find everyone. So who else do we have? Oh, LOL has joined the game, so let's see if we can find them. Thank you there. So yes, the stream for today is effectively over. We're just making sure we've caught up on all of our giveaways for today. LOL 200 credits. That's 36.
you can, let's say you have 5 more minutes, guys, to ask any other questions. And other than that, thank you for joining us, and I hope to catch you next week as well. And hopefully you guys will also join Counterfeit next time, as in tomorrow, when there's a big invitational tournament. So there will be actually really talented players playing.
Yes, that should be really cool. As I said, oh, we haven't got the NR new, or whoever that is, joining back in the game. So if you are still in the channel, then please do come and join in if you can, so we can get your dog tag, or at least get in touch.
Any chance you spectated him throughout the match? Because
oh, that's possible actually. I'll have a look through. He was certainly doing pretty darn well, so it might have been. I didn't jump around maybe as much as I should have to catch him. No, it doesn't look like it, unfortunately. But maybe they'll come and join in. I think we've... Oh, no, there they are. Excellent. At the last possible moment. I think they died immediately. But yes, we've managed to get their details. So, B93FB. Being excellent. So that's all of our first and second place guys from the previous ones. But please do come back tomorrow for the invitational. It's going to be pretty crazy. Hopefully we'll have Haxor as well if he's available to be able to commentate. But yeah, Radu, any final thoughts for these guys? Any last minute questions?
Well, I don't think I'm the one with the questions, but oh, I don't know. Let's see. Will I see you next time? That's my question. And I hope, did you enjoy the stream? And is there anything that you would like to see in the next one, specifically?
Yep.
So I guess those would be my questions to you. And not you, Paul.
Yes, I figured.
The community.
All right, guys. So we'll leave it off there. We'll leave the stream running for a couple of minutes just to pick up any last second questions or last second comments or suggestions for the next stream. But otherwise than that, thank you for joining us. I've been Peter Counterfeit Hartnell, joined by... Ooh.
Toby is saying the volume was low. Which volume are you talking about? My microphone, his microphone, or the game? Rahul Prasad, the invitational is you can go on Facebook and read more about it. It's going to be 12 of the top teams on iOS, actually 11 of the top teams on iOS, and the most successful champions on Android Score Gaming are going to face each other.
Nice.
With special rules. So it's it's going to well. They are playing on iOS, but they are the champions on Android, so they switched to some iOS devices just to get in this tournament and have a bit of a settling on the question, or at least a short answer on, is iOS better than Android or Android better than iOS?
Oh boy. Well, there you go. It's going to be decided there tomorrow. The world will be watching to get the definitive answer. Oh, Radu's microphone was low. Okay. Well.
Okay, yeah, I'll just try to get a better mic for next time, I promise.
Alright, guys. Just for Pro Noob, I'll give you a couple of quacks. It's a meme that I just can't let die. But yes, we'll do for next time round. We'll do another sound check just to make sure everything's okay beforehand. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, we'll hopefully catch you tomorrow and also next week for all the questions you can muster. Whew.
Have a nice day and a good weekend.
Cheers, guys.